It's a disaster. Nora, not even Meryl Streep could pretend to like Henry.
Okay, Alex, play nice.
I'm trying. He's just so insufferable.
Big news for Red, White, and Royal Blue fans, a sequel is finally happening. With how popular the first movie was, it was pretty much a given. Fans totally fell for the romance between Prince Henry and Alex Claremont Diaz, so it's no surprise people want more of their story. Unfortunately, we don't have a release date yet for Red, White, and Royal Blue 2. The sequel was officially announced in May 2024 during a screening of the 2023 movie. Amazon MGM Studios also dropped the first teaser poster featuring a two-candle between the UK and USA flags, all sitting on top of a messy cake. Definitely a throwback to that awkward wedding cake moment from the first movie/book that kicked off their romance. We don't have a release date yet, but we do know where we'll likely watch Red, White, and Royal Blue 2. The first movie premiered on Prime Video in 2023, and it's still available there. The Prime logo on the announcement poster is a pretty strong sign that the sequel will also be streaming on the platform when it drops. As for whether it'll be in theaters first, we're not sure yet. But I doubt it'll get a big theater release. This could be a huge streaming win for Amazon. The first movie was such a hit, reaching #1 on Prime Video and leading to a big surge in memberships. As for who's in the Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 cast, well, among the information Amazon MGM Studio released about Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 was confirmation that Taylor Zakhar Perez and Nicholas Galitzine will reprise their roles as Alex Claremont Diaz and Prince Henry respectively. In a recent interview, Shahi confirmed she'll be back for the sequel, saying, "Yes, I actually am returning for the sequel. Zara is back." Zara, the Deputy Chief of Staff for President Ellen Claremont, played by Uma Thurman, became a fan favorite, especially in that hilarious scene where she finds Alex and Henry after their secret tryst. Shahi had her doubts about the movie's success, especially after the press tour for Red, White, and Royal Blue was cancelled. She shared that it's hard to predict how something will be received, and she didn't expect the movie to blow up the way it did. To her surprise, it broke records on Amazon, doing in one night what they expected it to do over 3 weeks. Shahi attributes the success to McQuiston's book, The Strong Fan Base, director Matthew Lopez, and the cast's performances. It's still up in the air who else will be returning for Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, but a lot of it will depend on the story and the actors' availability. Some familiar faces from the first movie include Clifton Collins Jr. as Oscar Diaz, Bridget Benstead as Princess Martha, Thomas Flynn as Prince Philip, Rachel Hilson as Nora, and Uma Thurman as President Ellen Claremont. I can't imagine a Red, White, and Royal Blue movie without these characters, so let's hope they'll be back. Stephen Fry, who played Henry's grandfather, King James, in the first film, also hasn't been confirmed yet for the sequel. In an interview with Variety in June 2024, Fry mentioned that Matthew Lopez, the director, has become a friend and that he's hoping Lopez brings him back for the sequel. Fry jokingly added, "We need the king. You've got to have the king." So while it's still too early to know for sure who will return, I'm excited to see who will make the cut. And I'm also looking forward to hearing about any new cast members as development moves forward. As for the title of the sequel, while Amazon is teasing the 2 on the announcement poster, the actual title of the movie is still up in the air. If you were hoping they'd just go with something simple like Red, White, and Royal 2, think again. When Casey McQuiston posted about the screening event on Instagram on July 9th, they clarified in the caption, "Red, White, and Royal 2. This is not the title." So, Red, White, and Royal I do? Nah, just kidding. Mostly. For now, I guess we'll stick with calling it Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 until we get an official title. This mystery title situation brings us back to the next topic. There isn't actually a sequel book to Red, White, and Royal Blue that the movie can be based on, so the film will be charting its own course. Right now, plot details for the new movie are still under wraps. Red, White, and Royal Blue is a standalone romantic comedy that was published in 2019, and there's no sequel book from Casey Casey McQuiston to guide the movie. So aside from the return of Alex and Henry, we don't know much about what the sequel will be about. In 2022, a collector's edition of Red, White, and Royal Blue was released, which includes a bonus chapter from Henry's point of view. It gives us a sneak peek into Alex and Henry's happily ever after, showing them living separately before coming together in Brooklyn as they chase their personal and career dreams. However, it's unclear if any of this bonus content will play a role in the sequel's plot. The new movie might pick up shortly after the first film or take the story in a whole new direction. So who's behind the writing of Red, White, and Royal Blue 2? Since there isn't a sequel book to follow, Casey McQuiston will be co-writing the screenplay alongside Matthew Lopez. It sounds like the sequel story is in really good hands. In an interview with Deadline in August 2024, as the 2024 Emmy Awards were approaching, Lopez talked about the collaboration with McQuiston. He shared how this time around they're working closely together, something that wasn't the case for the first movie. He explained what we have is Casey's original thoughts and original ideas, and we have a collaboration that we didn't have on the first one, only except for me and Casey's words. And so, that Casey is actually in the room now that Casey's lifting the pen and writing. It's been so much fun, and it feels like watching a new book be written, except it's gonna be a screenplay instead. In an interview with W Magazine in August 2024, Casey McQuiston discussed their new novel, The Pairing, and touched on writing the Red, White, and Royal Blue sequel. If you've read the Red, White, and Royal Blue book, you probably noticed some key differences between it and the movie. With that in mind, it's interesting to hear McQuiston's thoughts on crafting the characters' stories for the sequel, especially as they balance elements from the original novel. It's also fun to play in a different world than the book. I see them as a version of Alex and Henry, who had different circumstances that set them up on their paths toward each other, and so that's gonna ripple along to the storytelling for them. It's been interesting to sit down with Matthew to figure out how we bring in things from the book while still allowing these two characters in this version of their story to find their way. McQuiston also mentioned that their future is wide open, which came up during a conversation comparing the central pairings in their books. They even playfully suggested a hypothetical scenario where Theo and Kit from The Pairing could somehow meet Alex and Henry. While this isn't necessarily a hint at a crossover between the characters from these two different books, it does suggest that there's plenty of room for creativity in shaping Alex and Henry's future. If you're a fan of The Pairing or curious about the full context, check out that W Magazine interview. There's still a lot we don't know about Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, from when production will kick off to who else will star, and of course what's next for Alex and Henry. But we're all eagerly waiting, ready for that potential wedding cake moment, and maybe some cornetto ice cream cones too. It might be a bit greedy to ask for that, but after seeing the deleted scene where Alex and Henry almost bond over the ice cream, it would be great to see that moment make it to the sequel. What are your thoughts on the Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 sequel? Do you think we'll see more of those sweet moments like the cornetto ice cream scene? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe because more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies and series. See you next time.